Welcome back to Dinar Community Channel. The atmosphere in the global financial community has shifted dramatically in recent weeks as reports continue to pour in about the Iraqi dinar's long-anticipated revaluation. What was once whispered about in tight circles of currency enthusiasts and dismissed as mere speculation by skeptics has now begun to materialize in full force. The evidence is no longer confined to leaks, rumors, or second-hand information. It is happening in real time, on the ground, and in the banks. Exchange appointments are exploding at a rate that has caught both the financial sector and the public off guard, sending shockwaves through markets and igniting a frenzy among Iraqi dinar holders who are rushing to cash in. The signs of acceleration first appeared when select bank branches began quietly contacting longtime clients to arrange early exchange appointments. At first, these calls were seen as isolated, anecdotal events, but as the reports multiplied across major U.S. cities, London, Dubai, and even parts of Asia, it became undeniable that the gears of the revaluation had shifted from preparation into execution. In cities like Houston, Atlanta, and Chicago, the waiting areas of key financial institutions suddenly became crowded with individuals carrying folders, envelopes, and in some cases, suitcases filled with dinar. The tension in the air was palpable. Years, even decades of waiting had led to this moment. People who once hesitated to believe that such an event could occur were now faced with the reality that it had begun, and the sense of urgency grew with every passing hour. Those who managed to secure the earliest exchange appointments have described the process as both thrilling and overwhelming. The banks are operating under high security, with additional personnel and discrete protocols in place to manage the flow of clients. In some cases, entire sections of a bank branch have been sealed off for these appointments, requiring multiple levels of verification before clients are even allowed to enter. Wealth managers, financial advisors, and compliance officers are present to guide clients through the process, ensuring that each step aligns with both domestic banking regulations and international financial standards. This is not the chaotic, unverified scenario some skeptics feared. It is organized, structured, and carefully monitored. For many dinar holders, this moment represents far more than financial gain. It is a validation of patience, research, and resilience. The years of ridicule from mainstream media, the accusations of chasing a pipe dream, and the emotional toll of holding currency with no guarantee of revaluation have all culminated in this wave of appointments. People who once hid their dinar investment from family and friends are now openly walking into banks with stacks of currency, their decision to believe in this opportunity finally vindicated. Some describe tears of joy, others describe disbelief, but all share the same core feeling: the revaluation has shifted from theory to undeniable reality. The financial implications are monumental. With rates being reported at levels ranging from $3.91 to upwards of $6.20 per dinar, the sudden surge in wealth among everyday individuals is unlike anything seen in modern financial history. Unlike stock market windfalls, lottery winnings, or real estate booms, this event is spreading across countless households who quietly invested in the dinar years ago. The demographic of those attending exchange appointments ranges from retirees and veterans to young professionals and business owners. Some are entering with modest amounts of currency, expecting life-changing but manageable returns. Others are walking in with millions of dinar, fully aware that their lives will be permanently altered the moment they leave the bank. Markets are responding with intensity as well. The surge in demand for foreign exchange services has placed pressure on banks to expand their capacity almost overnight. Entire teams have been reassigned to handle the sudden influx of appointments. Call centers are overwhelmed with inquiries, and online scheduling systems have seen unprecedented traffic. The ripple effect extends beyond banks. Tax consultants, estate planners, and investment firms are reporting surges in requests for urgent consultations. For these professionals, the revaluation is not only a historical financial shift but also a once-in-a-generation opportunity to guide clients through newfound wealth responsibly. The Iraqi government has not been silent during this transition. Prime Minister Sadani's administration has confirmed on multiple occasions that the revaluation is part of Iraq's broader plan to stabilize its economy, strengthen its currency on the international stage, and reassert itself as a financial force in the Middle East. The Central Bank of Iraq has implemented rigorous measures to ensure that the dinar's new rate is sustainable, backed by oil reserves, foreign assets, and international agreements. This is not a speculative gamble. It is a deliberate, strategic move by Iraq to restore confidence in its currency and participate fully in global trade. On the ground in Iraq, the response has been equally dramatic. Citizens are witnessing their currency carry newfound power, and businesses are adjusting rapidly to the updated valuations. For ordinary Iraqis, the revaluation is not merely about speculation but about restoring dignity to a currency that for years was undervalued and plagued by sanctions, war, and instability. Shops, restaurants, and service providers are recalculating prices, banks are updating systems, and the general population is beginning to realize that their country has stepped into a new financial era. This domestic stabilization further supports the surge of international exchanges, creating a symbiotic wave of economic activity. In the international financial press, the story is beginning to shift from skepticism to acknowledgement. Outlets that once mocked the idea of a revaluation are now reporting on the verifiable lines forming outside exchange centers and the official confirmation from banks that appointments are indeed underway. Analysts who once dismissed the dinar as a fringe investment are now revisiting their assessments, some even admitting they underestimated Iraq's capacity to implement such a bold move. The revaluation is no longer a niche topic confined to forums and online communities, it is a global headline with tangible proof to back it up. The human stories behind these appointments are just as compelling as the financial data. Families who struggled for years are now planning debt-free futures. Parents who sacrificed to purchase small amounts of dinar are seeing their children's college funds fully secured. Veterans who invested in the dinar during their service in Iraq are witnessing a return on their patience and foresight that will transform their retirement years. These individual stories of triumph are cascading across social media, further fueling the rush to exchange. Each testimony reinforces the reality that this is happening now, pushing even the most hesitant holders to book their own appointments before the exchange window shifts or contracts expire. At the same time, experts are cautioning dinar holders to proceed wisely. While the surge of wealth is unprecedented, so too are the risks associated with mismanaging sudden riches. Financial advisors are urging clients to take their time, diversify investments, and avoid hasty decisions that could jeopardize long-term security. The temptation to indulge in extravagant purchases is strong, but the wiser path lies in structuring wealth to last for generations. Already, seminars, webinars, and private consultations are being organized to guide dinar holders through the complexities of taxation, investment, and legacy planning. This emphasis on careful financial stewardship is critical, because the revaluation is not just an event, it is a transition. The wave of appointments and cash-ins is only the beginning of a broader restructuring of wealth distribution across countless households. As the dust settles, the impact will be felt in real estate markets, luxury industries, philanthropic ventures, and beyond. Communities that never anticipated an influx of sudden wealth may soon find themselves reshaped by the quiet but powerful effect of the dinar's rise. For now, the central focus remains on the immediate explosion of exchange appointments. Banks are operating around the clock in some locations, with reports of after-hours sessions to accommodate the overwhelming demand. Armed security and discreet transportation services are being employed to protect clients, reflecting the seriousness of the amounts being exchanged. The sheer scale of this operation is unlike anything banks have managed before, requiring coordination at both the national and international levels. What began as a quiet rollout has quickly transformed into a global phenomenon. Each new report of an exchange fuels the urgency for others to act. Each leaked screenshot of updated bank rates sparks new confidence. Each official statement from Iraq's leadership strengthens the legitimacy of the process. And each family walking out of an exchange center with confirmation of their new financial reality adds to the tidal wave of momentum. The phrase, history in the making, is often overused, but in the case of the Iraqi dinar revaluation, it feels entirely accurate. The convergence of patience, planning, and execution has culminated in a moment that will be studied for years to come. The surge of appointments, the rush to cash in, and the dramatic reshaping of wealth are all unfolding before our eyes. For the holders who waited, the time has come. For the banks, the challenge has arrived. For Iraq, the moment of redemption has begun. And as this wave continues, one truth remains undeniable. The Iraqi dinar revaluation is no longer a question of if or when. It is happening now, in real time, and the explosion of exchange appointments is the proof that cannot be ignored. From crowded bank lobbies to quiet financial offices, from local communities to international markets, the rush to cash in is reshaping the global financial landscape. The story is no longer speculation, it is reality, and its impact is only just beginning to unfold. Like and subscribe for more videos.